Welcome to the Big Dawg Crypto Podcast. This is your number one crypto podcast to hear directly from the movers and shakers, innovators, and disruptors in the cryptocurrency industry. Follow on Twitter for updates and to communicate directly at Woof Big Dawg. That's at Woof Big DAWG.
Conference, and we have Grant Cardone. Grant, how you doing?
Good, I'm doing great.
So look, two questions for you. I know you're super busy. I got to ask you, real estate, right? We know what's going on. What is the main reason that you like to put, when you look at Bitcoin, you look at real estate, could you just kind of give the audience a quick synergy of why you like them together?
Yeah, I like it because nobody else has. Number one, first to market, I'm going to crush this. So are our investors. They're going to destroy the marketplace. Right. We're going to take basically a product that is proven to do 12 to 15% a year. We take it to 35 to 35% a year. Take all the volatility out of the Bitcoin, take all the negative volatility out, okay? Have the liquidity of the Bitcoin, the illiquidity of the real estate, best in class, two dynamites, okay? Real estate and Bitcoin have a baby, and it's called Cardone Capital.
Okay, final question. You got
I'm going to make a bunch of people rich with this shit.
Hey, look, you got a bunch of people lined up to see you. So real quick, before you go, Bitcoin price action in the next 6 to 12 months. People like to know, what is your ballpark range it tops out at?
I think we busted 250 this year in 2025. And I think it'll probably pull back somewhere in the 180 range.
I got my brother Todd. I told him 250. He goes, it's not going to hit 250. I'm like, Todd, this is Grant. He's saying 250.
See, Todd, what you need to do is invest in Cardone Capital because the real estate buys the Bitcoin and you don't need to worry about the price. By the time we get to year 4, basically on the project we're doing right now, by the time we get to year 4, we could spin the real estate off.
Right.
We'll have 120, by year 4, we'll have $125 million for real estate and $125 million for the Bitcoin.
Nice.
Spin off the real estate, I have the Bitcoin for zero. Nice. Todd, you don't give a shit what it's worth because you didn't pay anything for it.
I know you're busy, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Cool. Thank you. 1 or 2 sentences. What do you think about it?
I think that people in crypto should push what they actually want, which is business innovation.
Okay, I agree with that. And of course, the question you probably get asked a million times a day in the next 12 months, if you had to get a range of a price prediction, I know it's a guesstimate, but could you just share, what do you think?
So my end of the year price prediction for Bitcoin is $250,000.
Okay, I'm at 245, so we're right about there. Look, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. And we're here at the Bitcoin conference. Now, I'm going to be honest about this one. I am so happy to have my guests that I've had on, but the one person I really wanted to get that I doubted I would, to Peter Schiff. We like to call him our lovable villain on crypto Twitter. No, in all seriousness, you bring a lot of fun in the space. It's enjoyable. I'm just asking you a couple of questions real quick. Bitcoin, we've heard what you said about it. If you just had to say one sentence, if somebody said, Peter, what do you really think about Bitcoin? Realistically, what do you think?
Well, I think it's a pyramid, Ponzi scheme, literally a blockchain letter. A lot of people have made a lot of money in Bitcoin, but it's because a lot of people are going to lose a lot of money in Bitcoin. So, it's not the type of financial instrument that I am the one to endorse and recommend to people off. Because I know that to the extent that you do make money, it's only because somebody else loses money, and I don't like those dynamics.
So I would say this, you have been very successful with your business. There's no doubt about that. Gold, obviously, is a huge store of value, has been here forever. Bitcoin's not going away. I think it's fair to say it's not for everybody. I do get that. Would you say this, like just in all reality, gold should be in somebody's portfolio? I don't doubt that at all. Would you tell somebody maybe put 0.5% in Bitcoins?
Well, I mean, not of their portfolio, but look, we're in Las Vegas.
Right.
If you want to buy Bitcoin instead of going in the slot machines or the map table, fine. Okay. You can gamble that way, but I don't look at it as investing, as much as I do gambling.
Right.
And I do think that Bitcoin is not here to stay. It will go away. The question is, how long will it be here before that happens? And that I don't know. It may be here for a while longer, years, maybe a decade. I don't know.
Okay.
But gold is not all I do. And I
Right.
think gold is money. I think people should own gold, but not to the exclusion of all else.
Sure.
I mean, I manage money for
Sure,
people.
sure.
We own a lot of income producing stocks. And so I like to invest in companies that generate income and pay dividends. And I'm diversified around the world, and people should own other assets, commodities, real estate. I think it's important to have a hedge against inflation. I don't necessarily regard Bitcoin as that hedge.
Well, the final thing I'll say is that if you follow Peter Schiff on X, you have a lot of very interesting views about economics. You do. And you're, I'd say, one of the top accounts to follow. It's definitely very interesting to learn stuff. Final thing, if I see you at a convention, let's just say 5 years down the road, and Bitcoin has hit $1 million, will you give me one gold bar?
Why would I give you gold? You won't need it. I'll be so rich with all your Bitcoin. The question is, will you give me a Bitcoin at that point?
I gotta go.
But the one thing is, that I know from being at this conference, and I mentioned it at my talk, is that I'm the reason that so many of these people own Bitcoin. And they tell me that, they credit me because I'm the one that educated them about economics, about sound money. And because they listened to me and they read my stuff, they ended up buying Bitcoin. And so I converted more Bitcoiners than anybody else, even though that wasn't my intention.
Look, brother, you're one of the more interesting people on CT. And we do love you, so we wish you all the best. So,
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Have a good one. And we're here at Bitcoin 2025 in Las Vegas, and Sheikh Roberto is here. Hello, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I enjoy this place.
Well, it's good to see you. I want to say real quick, I know you're busy. Caught up with you in Nashville last year, and since then a lot has happened, I just have 2 quick questions for you. First off, what is your market price ballpark prediction in the next 12 months for Bitcoin?
The prediction for me is coming pretty easy.
Okay.
Never sell it. Or higher. High leverage all time. That's what I do. That's me.
I like that.
I believe.
I like that. And the other question too, when you look at all the crypto stuff going on, how do you feel about the adoption of the world right now?
Yes. Nobody want to buy it when it was low.
Right.
Now everybody want to buy it. Better believe it. Not speeding, we go to the...
That's how they always do it. I appreciate you being here. And then one final question, what's your favorite thing to do in Vegas? What are you looking forward to outside of the convention?
Looking for outside the convention.
Some other restaurant you want to try, or certain food you want to try? Are you going to...
I enjoy this place.
Okay.
Anywhere, inside or outside.
Okay.
It's the same for me.
Okay.
That's what I do. Better believe it.
We're here at the Bitcoin conference, and I have Randy Hipper. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing so good. Thank you so much for having me. I absolutely love you. There's so many beautiful people at this conference, and you're definitely one of them. So thank you for having me.
Well, look, it's funny. So I've had you on the podcast, and I love, your crypto Twitter is so interesting because you have people on the podcast, and then you go out and you meet them in real life. So I told her something before this. It's funny because I love coffee, but I like Dunkin's coffee. This is not supposed to be an advertisement for Dunkin's. And she always posts that she's having Dunkin's coffee. So you like it, right?
Oh, yeah. Dunkin' for the win. I also recently got put on to Dutch Bros. So that's pretty good, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, let me ask you the crypto thing real quick before we go. I know you're very busy. 2 things. Looking at the industry right now with all this is going on, what are your thoughts about the growth?
I think the growth has been exponential. It's not just the nerds anymore. It's like nerds plus the institutions and the rich folks. And I really do believe it's a nice convergence of people at this conference. But I also go back to the fundamentals of people that really need crypto, and those are the unbanked and the people that face triple-digit inflation. So we need to really aim to help those people before we help the rich get even more rich,
I agree with you. And then the one question I ask everybody, we always like kind of guesstimate, next 6 to 12 months, what is your range that Bitcoin tops out at?
Tops out. I don't know if we'll ever top out. Bitcoin's been in a bull market since its inception. So I don't think there's any stopping Bitcoin. If anything, there's, moves to the upside and pullbacks, but it's always going to keep going up because Bitcoin's inevitable.
Okay, one final bonus question here. You're in Vegas. What has been your favorite part because this is my first conference ever coming to Vegas for crypto. What would you say has been the best part about having this in Las Vegas this year?
I think the best part is just how much is going on. So many different restaurants. And of course, Steak and Shake and In-N-Out Burger. I landed. In-N-Out Burger was right next to me. I went straight to In-N-Out and I went to bed. So that was good. And I absolutely love everybody that's been here. So many locals that got to come. Because every time the conference moves to a new location, there's different people that are able to make it. So this was definitely a different scope of individuals.
Absolutely right. I love your energy. I've been following you for a while. Very impressed with your success, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate
All right.
you.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Bye.
You've been listening to the Big Dawg Crypto Podcast. Follow on Twitter at WoofBigDawg. Woof, big DAWG. And run faster than the competition. Woof, woof.